education obanjete aza umwana ari mu ishomero byakube ashebe kuba nafuna kunka atakobifuna kurungi yamara kushohora aheru bikeyoreka so ntwebuza amashomero nenshi kigatakushomesa. Yes, teachers are doing their part, inspectors and the ministry assessment is done konka nenshi ekitakugenda kurungi amashomero ekigatakushomesa ekigakushome kubanga shomesa hazo mwana yarabo mu system yamara kushohora heru abase kugira iki yayigasera abase kugira iki yayikora ekiramombeke aza nawo akabasa kombeka ihanga. Mu studios of course abagenyi banje team ya Stamere, team ya Man Munonga, team eje buri muntu aryahabwo mu rwagwe ogwamani kandi ekintu kumanya ngo 100% iwe arikutureba yamara fute ko TV yawe bano turebera online bano turebera asset yenyini noza kwega ibintu bingi Munonga nyine. Mwami Chembo Anthony Ugni is not a visitor, is our regular panelist here. Ya Stamere yayitebekanise arazire kushomesa nanka kugira ngo egine class etine rubaho etine turi mu kibina ekitine rubaho nyine. Caroline Artwa uguno ne munye education now konkane secretary for health, for education and social services ningashi secretary for social services gunargibanda. So ibanda is well represented abanyibanda ningira ngo tumukuza kwekwasa nyine. Omukuru G&C ningashi education officer in charge of guidance and counseling kuruga kazo district ejero kumanywaho ito twatugimanya nko iyo mwame na asasira iko yaje kazo na asasira so tokwasa kujyahora. So mukuru na wari ya Stamere turontuza kugamba nshonga nkuru Munonga no kushomesa nko kunagambira ngo ito ntushomesa tutine class. Now we have a challenge here in Uganda na Munongo mbitebe kwa in education abana na barabo mu system bashohora heru bijuka ngo barabira mu system omweshongozo makagira ngo koko bagojegire wamara kusimuka ngo kumanya ngo kwijwa ngo wogojegire abana ko bakora mu system bashohora heru batanga kujya I wish I studied this, I wish I studied this. So ntwebuza ncho na retero mwami itakatahire Robert na wo kutugambira. Robert nkokuna nagambire is a senior educationist, is a teacher educationist and nowe ari in charge of guidance and counseling. Abantu kanu bakamba tugambira nenchi amashomero ekigatashomise gozi nagamba amashomero ni manyisa primary up to the university including the higher institutions of learning ekigatakozere kugira ngo products ezibakushohoza hinikizi kuburamu hinikizi kuburamu ninga yokura ko kureba ibintu nibigendaje ninga haro problem ahera sako bantu bigambaho. N'abagenyi banje bari mu studios na Munonga ibintu ebi amashomero ebigatakushomesa kandi ebyo tutekereza ngo at least umwana kushohora umwishomero ashime kuba very well equipped na skills nkezo skills nka survival skills nko kwasa kumubwire kwechehesa ningashoka ukagira emicwe boss wenu bamu respecting abata kuna kufuna karumo akatakurebeke birebi nkaka kumanta noza kurohura ngo so is chase from one job to another umuntu nakora imirimo 5 mu mwezi gumwe nico nakuretera hatune manager unaona ko banatugambira aba bakozi ekibata bashomise nikiha ekikubaretera ba messing up their life azokashangana barra abamwe bakena government abamwe bakena ba boss babo yet nuho buzu and ebyona iyo marafute ko TV yawe otargaho remote gitwaro gisere ujibike hare ubase kureba program egi nebituho turontu kuretera. Ayo kutureba turya cyane binankaga na 8 Star Times na Free to Air naho turuho na YouTube show egeruho Facebook we are also live no sakutu following us indike messages ninda messages zatankire kwija everywhere niza kuba ninshomo mishaho nabwo ecyo ikikana stama oyeje kandi obase kwigesa abandi. Tinkwe nakuzahare Munonga nyenda kubaretera abagenyi banje babanze babaramusyeho then tubase kwengera umisho niza kutandika of course ladies first niza kutandika na Karo ubwo dise MP2B ibanda banzo tugambire izine ryawe ninyangu nabarebe nabo bagambire bo washomire aho kwabasa kugira ngo ubu yaturetera abantu takumanya mbagambire batakumanya. No, this is a solution oriented show. Karo twakwakira for your first time in this famous education show, Education and Patriotism. Ramsi abakuturebe
wewe mjweni wanje abinyine pano erizoba abaturikize nabo n'abanyebanda abakubasa kuba bari aha TV omuriyo shaha Caroline Artan Gomazina Secretary wa Social Services muri Banda District nko kuwagamba Caroline yo muntu yashomereho na hatacero munashoma kandi ndukumanya ngo nyenda shome byo na mare ndomazireyo
kuba utakwayo nakora kumara
no bamajya tukwayo konganiza ugeza mpaka mazireyo nyewe ndi accountant nibyo nashomerire nyine degree yanjye in business administration then ka specializing mu accounting and finance and mazire kora postgraduate mu financial management nahindu kugambira barabara na mukaga nintandika kushama masters zanje
abare mnonge bitabona byingi konka ebitabe byo ni mayangu yinebe ekitwafune mwito nkabarebi nobwo ekyo iwabana kuteka TV yawe Gini Sky TV Education and Patriotism otargaho kara ine bingi byakuretera kurugo mu doketejo yarmo then nyine education officer in charge of guidance and counseling. This is a very important issue. Actually it is the core of this show, because if you are not guided then you are doomed. Omwami itakatahire Robert, I'm sorry if I pronounce that name badly, but you will correct me. Sebo twakwakira studios for the first time. This is Education and Patriotism. Ramusia abakutureba tugenda omumisho.
Thank you so much umutibekanisa program eji. Abakutureba heroko izina nubanyita Robert Aitakatahire izina ndiyeryo kandi nashomerwa nabo nashangaha Roger panelist here mshantuye ni murebo manager kandi nanye nasimo kuba nindaga kazo owitu kandi nkondo gukora ati kumanya gwa buri umushogo bakonka. Away from that, I'm a teacher by profession,
right?
I hold a master's degree in education, a postgraduate diploma in guidance and counseling, kandi ni nkorana kazo district local government education officer in charge of guidance and counseling.
Okay.
At the same time, I also work with the office of the president as the district coordinator for patriotism. Mwenju manyisangu eji program ninke yanje.
Okay. Tokwakira mu studios.
Mwebale mnonga.
Gini Sky TV irakalya abantu. Yes. So irakalya abantu, you are in the right place. Yes. Then nyine omwami Chembo Anthony ogu abarebi abakusinga abakuboberera show Gini bamwita the intellectual. Cyo tukumuretera kuba in his own way we nshonga nazitebekanisa kurungi kugira ngo wotegire bite nabajyangwiro ho tutahorira hizba ebendogan. So we nshonga zaye nazitebekanisa kurungi wase kwega kandi in his own way. Ariyo mu informal sector at the same time no formal sector arumu cyo tukumuretera amatwegese hana tugambire okwe ebiriyo byo nibiha kandi ibintu bigenda bita ngono mwami Chembo Anthony Base sebo twakwakira guno murundi garamusi abantu abakuturera tugenda omunisho.
We bali Mr. Vincent abahujizana n'abare ba Sky TV mwena nimbakira kandi mbasima kubasa kuhagira show ya education, because of life yitu education is key in whatever we are doing. Kandi nyongera kusima Sky haba programs za yenungi ezekutereza amazina ni Chembo Anthony Base and the panelists are most of the time Mahurand manager mchitongole ni global kandi ebyobwegese bwanje wiro bwinji tinjira kubigambaho abamwe ko bafushango ko hansi bajyamwe mwaba bast murashomire konka. I hold a degree in business administration, a master's in management, and I'm pursuing in my last year of masters in procurement.
Babare mnonga degrees ni njano mukiranyine nkamukago mu studios onezo wotegiremu no yangu no tari mu kindi. So na kugira ngo iwa kuturebera aha social media no sako tugobera usindike messages zawe nsako bantu shomaho zikuraba ha screen aho YouTube turuho show live everywhere we are there, we are streaming live on all social media handles. So the kanyende director wa inspector abakwa niyo tutegerize ni nyangu you delay to come mashomero gite aga ninga shomu system yito ya education. Yes. Ino tugambire what nenche ekitashugine ekitakugenda kurunjo misho kugira ngo products zirabemu azo mu system zirabemu zibenke ngo kwa kugitera omukaro ekagweshamba kuka kandi rugwenda.
Yes. Well, abo kutureba ko kubasa kubana ngo wateka TV yawe nubanyita Robert Takatahire kandi ninkora nakazo district of government education officer in charge of guidance and counseling kandi nangwanye nakatenza kandi tuwagamba ndi captain. Bitinza mawine bingi sometimes nabyo ndibitoyeba konka we bari mnonga captain atarwoma yikunga captain wa Patriotism at that level.
Okay.
I work with the secretariat. So njona nagize mti program eje nkepo libunyowe no bunda bencherirwe obunizanija kandi promising ngwa kumanyeta provided time yerho ni tontuizan tugira okutwata witafari
Ejini Sky TV
irakari itwere ndigere cyakora obundo oguryo natureba nagire cyahinduraho nyencha kare ko baromba tubuza ngo ibo mwemurho mugakora ki ikibuze cyo wambuza noreba education age nekintu ekitwa borrowing itunga Africans education nekintu mwene kintu tubona ko kitiza arefu muri nyangore negera enchinde etirze tekwa tanyugunye ni ngoma enchinda barazineho ekitanguro no bakwezereka konka wo katirze sometime ko kanga kwataki. So ekintu nekyagera here tukumisa mukikiza nebyacho ito twabire stakumanya ito education ito yaha ikeri yo kwimuka gashizo kamanya mu kororo yo muri isa no jya n'umwana umchakana muri isa umwazi umuyebo mu rugwanyu nakutebeza abantu bakora bati abakuru babaramutya abato tubagarika mu bakuru bambagamba eje bakweta informal education kwa kuto byaho hize cyo kweta colonialism hize cyo kweta religion yiza ya turete cyo kweta education ne yebare abako mutwabire tutaho ni we na nyeno na mareja witogo no ready bunazire nyinjaha tukabire tutari ho but now ekintu cyone kitirize kine side effects nicho kureba education kuba giresire but tayicho kweta syllabus yabe yaho but guidelines ezichimo konti general therefore na n'umuntu kubona ashomesa tukara kakwenda comprehend ngabo kuba ninkuko kwatenze zawo ukaziteka umuruko tizikushora
ekitwatirize tukakicenga
ekitwatirize bakakituretera batyo tukore tuti naho in fact tugerezo
tukakicenga ninga tukamara gakitiza tuza kuchikoze so kutwera
abantu kandi baza kutugana nanyeza kubagambira naho kutwiza wenshongeje wenshi niche kitashomesa ibwo mashomero because we have products ninga nichi ekitakushomesubwa umashomero cyo buzo kinduka gituwe nichi ekitakushomesubwa ninga nichi ekitashomesa by looking at the products and by looking at the people that are still in the system. For example, omukushomesoko bamba kushomesa tina bokuza kushomesa ngo ugire good manners, especially on the way you take yourself. Manners at work kuwafu n'umurimo bitakatayire kora abo manager wa global, how do you handle emichwe yawe yo yinene abantu bingi noreba ito nditambura mu office munonga ukikumu office ore secretary obasha n'umurimo atekera amazu yakagamba na nyine nkuru yamugera abishibo yashiba yagamba na nishenga zinabungu amushabire
yazo mucyaci yasiba
tena ya marubira takurya konka ukika office urubundo rwenda office ako minister nahani uri nakureba nyechakare nahasa comment yo kutwara nusanga umuntu yari mu madendo but these are the skills. How do you welcome the people that come to your office you are as a secretary echecho tukuza kushuma some P3 tukuza kushuma some P7 na abana na university abantu babi bino mbatekateka ngo ibintu tukabiga tukazo mu e-learning umuntu nashombire na online learning. So as those skills are very clear kandi tekateka ngo abantu tubaziro negotiation skills. How do you live? How do you live with others? Omwana nimwazi ukakorga graduating yari ku mu office yo munda runo because I expectations nyingi people abantu abakushora being expectations nyingi zirengero na yena mkarahize kushomati of course ngo cyabikira na kare karahize kushomati afuna umurumo gukomushashura sente nyingi avuge humotoka ayombeke enzo wabo agire sente nyingi anso astamare view ugura teka kundi expectations. How to manage expectation echo kuchikurema itakatayire kweza degree yawe ya procurement ninga degree of education echo kuchikurema kufuna uko murimo expectations zabire ziryezo how do you handle ejo naye ibire missing gap we have not trained our students to handle their expectations, especially when they are not fulfilled.
Ntakajire wa Karo, meanwhile, as you conclude,
yes.
Who is supposed to teach? No, hashime kunshomesa ebintu ebyo. Because teacher na korogwe, oshanga, alo kanyangu ngo otashomesi iwe nyoko, ensine kushomesa. Now, mama ya korogwe ya kusindika ishomero. You meanwhile in 1 minute. No, hashime kuwana ashomesa ebintu ebyo.
Amashomeraga, for example. Amashomeraga yine nkukuga kugenda munonga on passing exams. In fact umuntu baza kugira ngo ushomere obwiro bwe ikiryo mituye y'abantu abariyumba tureba ngomwana wananga shomere nibe expectinga wakozere first grade as chamshanzo wakozere first grade as niyafu wakozere points 20 but if you to be kutiyama education should be inclusive so no mushomesa woruzungu ningo mushomesa wa chemistry abako mushomesa bona bo baribona na ba lecturers. They are counselors and they can do guidance and counseling. Konkano shanga baremera hakushomesa ejo side ya career guidance batagizam abuko barya competition oshuiza abana banga mu first grade ninga subject ya physics in distinction zinga so we miss out like that.
Age education and patriotism go ne education officer kuruga kazo harona tugambere nshongezi na uzubayivuri kandi yo linyango harona tureba na wasakwega madam Mukara obuzubu bulinkahi ninga shiko kuba no rebe kushomesa bo mwishomero ne matching na nebitwenda itwe nk'abantu baburijo because nyondi yo muzire na atwara umwana wanje ishomero roko shome koraje no wargayo otujo tucungure itwenkeka konkachikayo ebyakushomayo yagarka oshanga totally different oshanga instead abazire nibo bakumwegesa ebintu byashaka kwana yega ishomero hataho education ne tugasha ningate kutugasha.
Okay, tinguza kugira nte education te kutugasa kureka nimbasa kugira nti harimo bice ebyakubire niburamu kutwakubasa kubitereza na mno mwihanga yetu ya Uganda nibasa kuhendera tubire perfect kandi to developing jerechi ihanga yetu ya Uganda. Omuri yebyo ninza kutandikira ntubasa kugamba education amisho git gona tugatwarire chumwe oreba oriyo yamazire korachi ayamazire kushoma but nyonyenda kubatandikira nakuna hansa abwenchi ningamba hansa itwaza kutandikira hati tugarikire twiza twashanga ngu omashomero gita giturumu tuba kubasa kutwegese kintu cyo kubasa kukora kiba kweta ngo ni choice ahabwenchi ningamba choice. That's why ko kwemerera warga ukazoma mashomero minja gitwine no kushanga na mnonga abana bambaza mu level no kushanga umwana naguruka hatwara no gukoso guyatwara kungata kumanya in future ejo kosi neza kumutwara nkai and the bad thing part of it no kushanga most schools that we have in Uganda na mnonga niza kusteka private schools they are money oriented but bakwenda kumanya ogwo mwana umbire go mission akubachi konka bo bari yakugera nubwo arayashome kitu ntufa kugira ngo tufune ki tufune sente hatoshanga ngo umbire bo mission yo karari nyowe Caroline hinegunde inakora konko bunamara kujikora nashtamaho murimo naguronda gwakora ki gwabura and at the end of the day no kushanga nyowe Caroline ndiyo ni blaming a government but waza kwetegereza ngo enshonge katandikira nkahi ekatandikira inyuma again nyenda kureta enshonga ya leadership skills ahabwenchi nindeteje abantu benji kuba kura leaders naza kutandikira ati ntwende education officer ntwenda bahi konka yebwa ngu leader wena hatura nucyo cyo kurebera ngo nobuzakubazirye ente zituryo ne tugambaho no shanga zine ntahiyaze ze kugende kuzireki ezebembire so nituza kweshanga tweshanga ngo go muntu ayalakinga leadership skills tino kwara abase kumanaginga umwanya gwari kuberamu na mnonga twaza ahamyanya yiturukoramu kara aberi nka delegation engage nana akimanya ntikara na emerra eshahe jamana accountant nyine meetings zinkitana obunyine meetings zinkitana omutogota ine meeting cyo kugira ngo at least kuna kwemerera nka zwecherwa nanga nka koreki hatoshanga nagira ekintu ne cyanje ahamuhere kintu cyo cyendera kikozire ki cyumutugire
Madam Karo,
Yes,
sorry to
please.
cut you short. You see, manager nakwa na tugambira konka, there's something I want to put to your attention. Haro ikiba kweta related literature. Now, noza kushanga leadership skills ezo zo kugambaho abamwe turabo mu system, ushanga na system ezo twarabiremu, nozo zo baturabizemu, aza tugaraka tuzirabyemo abandi. Hati leadership skills, if nyona antine leadership skills, nkagaraka ngazite ko mbandi nkoko natendekirwe nkabana ko natendeka ni cyecho nkoko wabya nkoko cyabikiri kare na kare kibe ko nambwe no butosha nebiro byona amin hati niyo ninza kuhindukanda
to me kabire kuri yo kushaba kwanje because ni manye Sky TV ne kahinji na naba kugireba ni binji munonga to me kunogera ngo government ne ikirizo mbyo ne bituryo ntushoma katuryo ntushoma bya geography aho kuza kwesha ngo kashanga mbatugambira za British Columbia aha mokaza kurinda naho ragishange kakora ki ekakubura but kuba kwemera mu system tukateka makanta kuba kweta management skills kikagire ikintu cyamani ecyatugitaho niho kuza kushangira ngo on that management skills ntukushanga how you can solve the stress factor, how you can solve the good conflict meno shangana delegation yenyine yituriyo nitugamba at the end of the day barabanta bitwiza tuza kushanga ho generation eriyo neiza abayi kuza kuba negambira abandi barabe nibija ushanga bine skills zeze zituriyo nitukora ki nitugamba meri nyowe okushabo kwanje kukabire nukuzaharyabo abakubire binibega oba bino mukono ogwakubasa kuba nugusinga mukono gwito gutukozere ki ogutwine because ito ntuzakore kitu abandi bagarike bakore ki bakore cyabo ekindi kinakubasa kugambaho ntubasa kuba umashomero gitu gakutushomesa na munonge kintu how we can control our anger ebinega bitu that's why norebo mashomero agagitwinemo omuntu nayemerera gire ekiniga kimurenga atayirishomero exalteka mu murakora ki aryosya because ekiniga ekyo tayine muntu oba tayine skill nemwe eyayine omutuma gwe eyakubasa kuba nemugira ngo at least kwa no manya ngo wagire ekiniga banzo gire nke kiwakora kintu nka x oba kore nsonga nka b oba tambura mugende so ushanga ngo at the end of the day ekiniga ekyo cyaretero omuntu ogwe yakozinge cyakitashemeye kuba nikikora ki nikibaho so nico nakugambira nti omuri yebyo byona twatwasere bakweta ngo management skills tukazitandikira hansi kugira ngo na hata ituru kugambira kaninde hata nibajyangwa bashomesa buri mushomesa gire degree ahindu kugambira binji bariyo nubashomesa kuba abo kuba in system we have what we call capacity building bajiretam ninjira nti ekagizire cyango ekiyatuyambaho because nitubane tuyamba ki society
owe bari mnonga ogwe ni karo kurgibanda education and social services ai twara education na health rona yangu anga ninga shekiniga na leadership skills if I may not get her badly kujangu in whatever you are doing read by example
yes
wewe bari mnonga yoro kutureba and kanyesi jengo oronoye reka tuzowa manager bwana Anthony imwe nkabari yo mu privates actually in both nenchi ekitakugenda mu mission ingashi yo system okayenzire ngo system eje kabeshime kuberyeta kandi nenche kirumu konke kitashime kuba kirumu kugira ngo abakugira bamu tuba kugifunamu the way they are supposed to be benefiting
Reverend Roman Vicente Turmuntu gamba what schools are not doing, but what are we not doing?
As stakeholders.
When you talk of education, 22 types. Kama amyogo kuya yagambire, we adapted the form. Hatko kubariyo mukawo tekere muhogo. Umujeni yabaretera umugati muhogo wajenaga umugati noza guriya ninja karimo we had our informal and I still tell you the education that is still helping us in Uganda is the informal. Me I like practical bit of it. Look around twagamba za degrees rya konga wabuzo muri tutino ine kizimbi
konka twine degrees
twine masters as a PhD zrumu Okushoma nukurungi, we have studied and we are still studying, lifelong learning. But now the challenge that is there, whoever picks up the formal, he drops the informal. He does not want to liaise with the people in the informal sector. One day, I had the chance of asking Professor Barunywa, each year you produce students from certificate to PhD, but when you look around Kampala, no one holds a degree. Look at the Mutasa, the Chirumira, the Karimu, the whatever. How have you tried to get your students liaise with these people to get the practical knowledge? I was sharp enough, and Anthony, whenever these people open their shops, they are learning. And for them, they are learning from experiences, from practical information. We talk about adapting informal education from the first world countries. These people are clever. When you go in these first world countries, they don't want your degrees.
They want the skill.
They want the skill. They ask you, you're a chef? Yes. Can you cook? Which ingredients do you want? This and this and this, they're here. Start. Are you getting the point? So, we are not getting lost along the way, but we got lost from the beginning. We left our families to the maids. You boast of yourself having a degree, PhD, I work in World Bank, I work in MTN, but you have left your child to be mentored by someone without even a P7 certificate. So later on, your omwana kura are tailored to that, what the maid is telling them. They go to those schools. Still, it becomes hard in the holidays getting back to that one. Secondly, we have left the teaching to the teachers, not the society. But now, nanibaya chigamba no mujuma. Why is he bothered about your child?
We are personalizing the children.
Yes. Thirdly, tuijoshanga itotwenka nka communities. We are not learning, we are not associating with one another kumanya how we can get onto these kids. Then nanamana oshangota kumanya, we are talking of career guidance. These people wana na babakwata ozentere has a slogan wakiti akati wakini kakachini kabisi kakutungama. Why you're coming in to skill, I will take a case example. I like following football. Premiership is starting today.
It began yesterday.
It began yesterday actually. But these boys start academy when they are 4, 6, 8. Hati when you want to start an academy when someone is 20. Hati how do you get the skill out of someone? It is too late.
It's like giving an old dog a new name.
Yes. It cannot work that way. So nyoni ntekateka, and I commend our teachers amane tugateke on nursery schools, on primary schools than these tertiary institutions. Tertiary institutions, someone at 16, he can make his choices. You have already seen the skill in someone. He can take up the skill, or you can improve it, but the skill needs to start when he is young.
You see, Bwana Anthony, we have a challenge. Yes, that is possible. Kunkano za kushanga challenge eruho nti omuntu aine capacity yo kukora kintu takuchikora. Niza kwecho kurebera. Omuntu aine education up to PhD tafutandikisha mbero. Naza kuhiringa taine sent because I never bitabo. Haza nyondi kakulia nabanyeta baze keta ningashi gundi whatever name ntandikisha mbero ryanje haze kinkwera cyo chime kwa nkigira kita nchikoroka. Ebe byasigara binoza kungambira tunyoni banyeta Robert aitakatahire nimbasa kugambira kwereza abana amagezi mu career guidance nakuza career guidance niki noza kutwara almost 1 hour kumushobora kwara heza tugunaenda senti abana abareke bashomereryo eventually barabo mu system so ntwenda kwebuza no obuzibo ayibulindinka noza kujango no basa kujango buri mu government buri mu private sector buri mu bashomesa bakushomesa n'ekindi abashomesa bakushomesa bo are they credible enough? Are they equipped to equip? Or now they are equipping what they know?
No, at now when you go to the Bashomesa or the teachers, It is exactly what is happening in the economy. We have lost what we had. We are following the people in the first world and even surpassing them, because when you go in the first world you find someone is having a 2-bedroom house with 2 kids and a wife and is satisfied. But us, even if you have a 5-bedroom house, when you hear competition, so your fellow friend is having a 10-bedroom apartment with a swimming pool, you want to do that. But if it wasn't the case, these teachers, the knowledge they have would be enough. But do they have the passion, the zeal, or are they contented with being in that one school, or having good preparations to pass on to the children, or they are teaching in 5 schools and is having a supermarket somewhere? So he's just rushing here and there, but he's not on to bringing up a child. Before we had mentors, or the people we used to look up to. You understand? You have someone, you say, I want to be like Winnie Byanyima. But now all that is gone.
Because
that's it. And more to the teachers, they pass because they pass genuinely. No. Washanga umwe yafuna chance aliyaha timu kutegeka rather preparing the exams ebuza abantu byashumisa bana. Me, I have an experience, and it was long time ago when I was in senior 4, but still nature nachabaho no yibirokeka. The teacher came and told us, you don't have to read all these. He had shown us 8 topics. He had told us 8 topics to read at senior 4. Because actually 8 on the very day of the exam, there were only 2 topics.
Bwana Robert.
Yes.
Manager yagamba akantu ka passion. Umudakike mwe turukuzo mu break. Ntwebuza abashomesa bakushomesa abana aba nubabiha mutuma ningana baronda sente. Aza kuba kuronda kwe baronda sente feti y'abana abaneha.
Well, we bari munonga na batayi banje okumwa abageci turintu tubagampora mpora. But all in all, we accept that we have 2 types of teachers. Teachers are different. I will give them like 2 types. We have a teacher who was born a teacher. Has got that passion of teaching. Yes, by calling in the Bible, like they called Moses and the other person. But we have teachers who are there for business. What can I earn from teaching? And those 2 teachers, when they come to class, they confuse even this runner. Somebody wants money and another one is in for real teaching. I think that's where we are going. But again, that one is also brought about by, I think, the economy that we are being surrounded.
Robert,
yes.
We would expect the inspectorate,
yes,
where you could be part,
yes,
in all districts. Yes. Now you are representing education officers in Uganda here. We would expect him to change such kind of issues.
Now,
separating Ebiana.
Well, they are all qualified, because when we go to the yardstick of teaching, one is registered, one is posted in a school, is a government teacher. Then you cannot. One has prepared schemes of work. One has prepared lesson plans. But the real teaching, like for example, there is a teacher that we all went through schools, you know that. But there was a teacher you would say, this is really what?
A teacher.
In fact, I have my 2 role models in the teachers. I have passed through, for example, from P1 up to the university level. I am telling you, I know of only 2 what?
Teachers.
2 teachers. How many teachers did I pass in the house? There are many. There are many. So therefore, what we appeal, we want to tell these teachers, yes, you're there, at the end of the day you want to take a bread home, but what is your impact to this learner? Let you be the role models of these learners, because we are messing up. Because I don't still remember when these 2 teachers I am telling you about entered the class where I was, could teach and they end the lesson without giving a word of career guidance.
wewe mnonga in education and patriotism nyenda kwisiya ngo mu studios nyine intellectuals bo nkanyine karo arituha ubune education and social services no social services aitu kutwara education na health kurugibanda nyine Anthony Chihembo guni analyst kandi is a senior scholar then nyine aitakatahire Robert guni education officer in charge of guidance and counseling kurga Kazo district tulontuganira ashonga ya what schools don't teach amashomero bigata kushomesa nibiha kandi bitwenda life yetu turokatiza ko kache kunywa otwizi aza twamaragaruka nso ntugamba ni bintu chini areas chi ezishomeye kutekaho priorities kugira ngo zibase kunyweza ogwa ryo mu ishomero abase kugira iki yayigasira yamara kushobora mu system yarabiremo for almost 10 to 20 years otarga
Sky TV irakari abantu. Sky TV irakari abantu.
It's fire burn for the way. See the two star. Them time on now. Take it now. Take it now.
Break your body, I want to see.
Higher, 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 higher now.
Sikuteleka mutima n'otoloka akala yona bibi ogomani toyagala pamusudi tewalwa mukono gutombuza
Ayibambe
hakuna matata unatwalisha use a doctor akiwa line nimekupata can't use you niko rada big size baby iko sawa I'm addicted Angela my dad
of course rwa mukaga inapa kumukasheshe wano tuenda Sky TV aha YouTube aha Twitter aha TikTok Abraham Hona Sky TV UG official shana aha Instagram skytv.ug official Martin Sugar UG Twitter Martin Sugar Facebook Martin Sugar 3 TikTok DJ Phantom Abraham Hona na Twitter. You got $100 bill, get your hands up. You got a $50 bill, get your hands up.
Hayo, Johnny Herbal Tea Drink. Johnny Herbal Tea Drink. Eddekendo okuvira ddala miti gyaffe nakabala ekyokunywa ekimmalako obukoowu abaana bange tebakyeraliikirira na kubongoota nga basoma akaseera akanyufu ne bakyali bange jane akakkanya mukyala wange ku mulimu n'abavuzi b'ebimotoka bakiweera obujulizi olwo nno muzeeyi wange ne yeenyumiriza mu kataliimu sukaali jane Herbal Tea Drink atujjuza akolebwa aba Jane HST Limited musange mu maduuka mu basuubuzi ne supermarkets zonna mu ggwanga. Hayo Jane ulimana nyamana we okubara emyaka 18 yona Peter Zuremu yari omukisayi kya gospel music aharyo ruyatunaga mwatihuro ebiruma 20 by'okwamunana omwaka ogwo ahari niyo mangura garden zawo mulimbara ashagatirwa beshongozi banywani bebona Lena Price Simon Mirembe Joyce Mugasha by Faith Joram Cement Florence Geoffrey Bingana Labenti Best Emire Julius Muhoz Julius Soki Sande Rukundo Mera Simwe Nabs Justin Swas Best Dativa Afande Johnson Lilian Nabasa Habert Gitti Richman Aral Lady Diana Keti Muchiza Ameria Kanaka Yesu Simanda Justus Kayes Lois Kanyes Jedebura John Singer Freddy Kajimba Michael Mujisha Nora Nankunda Mutaga ya Dennis Medotex Kasara Boy Genkaba Marayo okutandika na Samson Zihangu endongoneza kubetandikire kubaragurika abana bari kuzana abana okutamune kumita n'abakuru mutwaro yaipe mitwaro 2 emeza neze mitwaro 3 kandi nyaburamwe mutasigaye abana ahubwo kuba tubinire byo kuzana byona nka bouncing castles face painting ice cream abana babonererwa ebi byona bishakirwa bajudo events bukamane wamanya investments Sure Tunes Amity Realtors
Studios, Rock Studio, Weldon Secondary School, Muscat Motel, Sonia's Restaurant, Promoter Gospel Vibes, Favored Evangelistic Ministries, Cubs Gotv Expert Tailors, HD Events, Nobat Events, Glory FM, Grace Radio, Mercy FM, Kandi Biatabekanuswa, Salvation Ama Music. You are kwenda kwetungira tiketi bucyari kare. Terazira mushonje mwende. 12 abira mwenda abiri namwe. Mwana wa mama, ataka kufera.
Zabatu mpira kwa manu mnonga murebe cyengu mweija mwena twa supporting mpira ogumwishe tutungure Entaranta abantu abakwimuka bakije murundo gumwe kwimukanga Sky TV na Radio 5 tukakwatana sana imwe kimayisangu nitwetenga ngwe biconjo by'abana birigeyo Entaranta n'ikintu kikuru munonga nabantu abatumwe mpia nyingi munonga nabakuzana ningashina abanyamizano mbwene mwije mwena tukwatanise aizoba nebiro ni 13 nanyalanta siniza kuba ndiyo kanye tekatekire kushara abanyakashagama sezi yagamba gozi 5 kongatsa kwakore ikintu kibi munonga mukitegereze Sky TV and Radio 5 ebiro ni 13 Kashagama
yana kutwara mu gishogu kwebaza management ya Sky TV na Radio 5 ahabo kutekateka ahacanga kitu cya Kashagama nkamwe abantu abakubahagira mbone kuja kutegara urukundeji aho kutekatekaho kutompiro guta chanceji itobanya Kashagama twine rukundo mbango kandi twatweshemerere mbone nyenda kwebaza bakashabana timu ya Oyona mwebare munonga okutukonsideringa okwiza ku stayira izoba asande kandi mpamya itokabanya Kashagama tuje kongera kwatanisa imwe omukutumbura ebiconco bitari mwe ebyabanyamizani kagubo mpira kabe ndije mico mikoro Oyona mbwe nsagumatana imwe ninyebaza munonga management okutekatekaho mwebare munonga
Sky TV irakari abantu.
Okay, twabakira barevito barunja ba Sky TV abakureba the famous education show on Sky TV and the whole of Uganda. My name is Vincent Mujinya Bwijwa kaze mu studios nyenda quiz yangu nyine mwame Robert Takatahire oguni education officer kuruga Kazo district ningashwa habwa Kazo district nyine omwame Chihembo Anthony Bays oguni our regular panelist here who is an analyst are you informal and informal sector. Nyine Karo arituha oguni honorable by the way apologies for forgetting that honorable, you know, honorable Karo arituha oguni secretary for social services ahabwibanda district. So social services ntutwaramu education and health. Ogu chibanchi mayisangu education system yona na jumanya kandi na jirambura everywhere ahakuza ncho twamuretera abantu bibanda bakikirire nkazibanda. They welcome me where Ibanda is known for very many schools and historical institutions. So mbonye mu studios kugeza ho kwa analyzing enshonga here and there. Ogunagirangu ni Mugisha ni just a moment na yangu ni okay, this is Karenje. All right, meet you. Okay, Karenje is also tuning in. Thank you so much. Oguni Karo, thank you so much. Kuga Wanton Mukono is he's saying the miraculous day. Okay, yeah, we are about following our Facebook turuho na social media handles zona turuho then go. Yes, Ivan Mugisha, journalist kuga Kuruzi unaramusya richu chaticha wewe mwame Robert Takatahire. So I think Robert is not in this post by accident. Ninjakwa hakachikorra. And then oguni tubingira namba sindika messages hoko this gentleman this yeah, this is Kalisa. Thank you so much for watching Education and Patriotism yangu. This is also our other ambassador Kalisa kuruga Sarongo Sperio Kalisa here in Nansana. Unaona ajirangu message is quite long, but I remember during our times we used to end classes at 3 p.m. and use the next hour for other activities like sports, handwork. Then school closes at 4 p.m. These days study time is even extended to 5, 6 or 7, but only academics. This is the issue. With this handwork, some children could raise own school fees during holidays by knitting baskets, or mats, or ropes. Nowadays, since we have several technical skills activities, schools need to reconsider them seriously so that children don't get tired of books by the time they are in P4, hence dropping out. Webale Kalisa, kura program eji kandi ogu ni Nobert is our ambassador ogu omulimbarara na tusiaho na shoji na promoting kugira ngo abantu bagimanye. My take on the topic of discussion is that schools should shift from academic oriented model and go to practical in the format of teaching and assessment. This should only be in science. This shouldn't only be in science, but all in all subjects. For example, if one is teaching literature, he or she can incorporate writing skills like poetry, writing novels, and even acting skills for learners to take part again. Skills not only in knowledge. Then, webale mnonga Kalisa, Nobert webale. This is Roland. Roland, managers, we need managerial skills among the all levels of disciplines. Customer care is should be among all the levels of discipline. Then patient, they are not patient enough. Education and patriotism. Now, let's come back to our briefly. These viewers are saying, for example, Kalisa Nagira, Ngwabana, Tubachine time ya handwork. This I will begin straight away with Bwana Robert. New curriculum, inechara hindre, ninga, even tuneza kubishisa chimo.
Oh, thank you so much, our viewers, and for those questions and our moderator. I think this is my take. The new curriculum, as you have asked me, in fact, if there is something that I am liking these days, is this new curriculum. And I'm happy. I don't know whether these people from the ministry can also get a chance of watching such a program.
They are connected.
If they are connected, they would have really gotten some ideas from us. You know, this is Irakariyabantu.
Exactly.
So data Iraka not get to the rocky grounds. I'm happy there is a fully fledged review commission on education matters. If those people can even listen what we are talking about here, it would be good. I'm happy with that new curriculum. If you go to these schools right now, you look at now there is always a difference these days. You interest yourself, our dear manager, and for you are always going to those schools. You interest yourself and go to these schools right now, where there is a new curriculum and those ones doing old curriculum. These two people are totally different.
Sure.
Those ones doing new curriculum are ahead of those ones with all the skills, the life skills, all the life skills.
You see,
talk about communication, talk about being creative, talk about teamwork, talk about collaboration. They all have all the 21st century skills at hand compared to the other ones that are being fed. In fact, it took longer to have this curriculum. And if these curriculum reviewers and commission reviewers on education can now scale the whole thing, it starts from now primary.
Bwana Robert, nienda quiz ya as a teacher, nienda quiz ya kataboka George Oil. All animals are equal, but others are more equal than others. Yes, curriculum in my research on Mashomero. Harama Mashomero bokushanga they are doing well.
Yes.
Agano shanga garyaho gari mumbera ya wintaragambi.
Yes.
Now, hatu to mu division yeje amko even before curriculum yeje takahendukire. Yes, aba head teachers banyang the curriculum is very good. But at the end ntureba kugira ngo amashomero gabe gari better nigengera kuba more better then agabe gari worse gongengera kuba worse.
In fact, moderator and those people viewing us watching us at the same time, I want to tell you that even before we had this new curriculum, we even had those schools that were crippling here and there. with even the old curriculum. So we cannot move with all, but if the greatest percentage takes it all, it is okay. Now, my appeal now, if we can now scale all those things now to primary, we prepare this young kid who is going to the new curriculum to know what is happening in this. Now there is a mismatch in the curriculum right now. We have people doing old curriculum, we have people doing new curriculum, we have at primary level, we have people doing old curriculum of 1990, what, 8 years, of the 8 years. Now at the university level now, where we want products. Now that means you have products of different curricula, which is also a very dangerous thing. So the education we are handling here should look at streamlining all the curricula of primary, post-primary and higher, so that it can fit the skilling of this Ugandan before looking for a job. I'm very happy there is a government program that each district should have a technical school. If we can vocationalize
each constituency,
it would be better.
When Robert actually technical school Teria district, but during the time of Amanyamushega, Akajiteka every sub-county. Surprisingly, these technical schools are doing very worse. Now, this is a challenge. I think abakuchiro kwata kugina kwashime kuchirevise.
And it is
honorable Karo. Yes. Mazote terechane ekugenda mission primary schools in your experience as the Secretary for Education and Social Services, ninga Secretary for Social Services. Primary zo kurano jangu omu system zili incorporated kuja muzino mu gukora. Yes, we would expect them to be doing kushapening abana zibasini kom secondary. Konkano girangu ekikorwa mu ahansaho nikikwataga nekikorwa hibru banzo orebe ogambira muri bituguru.
Okay, we were into a cancer program. Na n'abaturi baryo baturikize baryo batureba ebituriyo tugamba ho myegesha. So far niza kugambira harengo Rwibanda district. Nyenda kubanza kutwara kusima kwanje aha abashomesa bona bitwine muri Rwibanda district, because so far so good. Nindeba kuihatutandikana mnonge kisanje kite kitandikire nani ngama ho nagambira rengo Rwibanda. Nindeba that schools now are doing better than okuba bireno bakora ryari akare. Kureka kamunyono wanje cyarga kugamba ekinteke kiryo ni lacking mu mashomero gitu, because if twantushama tukakomparinga ihanga ryitu rya Uganda right now mu mashomero ga primary kandi tukakomparinga n'abahandi no kushanga ngo ito tukigenyuma munonga. Why? No kushanga ngo omwana byariyo nashoma mu primary turiyo tushoma tiyiza kabishanga mu secondary, because hatu baresere kugira ngo hatoshanga omwana na ego futeka na manyo gukora ji, but omwana wa P6 wa P5 wa P4 asheme kuba namanya ekintecho okutandikira nankahi na nahansi.
So umurebutu naendangu akantu akagambo ka better oka breaking it down, because system aba bazirigire mu konkani bakasinga the day they entered the school. Ntwena kumanya obuzubaho burinka, because yes ibanda may be better again konkaka kasese yetari better bushenye was hata okushanga ntuba bintu twabyurinkanisa ninga shibita balance konka again the better part of it ntwena tukirebero mu job creation. Umuntu abanyankoni bajango mpindeshe cyebazira hata waburiye mpindo takusha cyo kubazira no jango umuntu nakwesiga.
First of all, n'abashoborireho nabagira nti abashomesa bitubona bitwine, they lack what we call motivation. Ni yeba buziro, because twaza kugambira aha omnamnonga ningambira district sezimwe ezakubasa kubazita kapikingira abo omushomesa no shanga ebizubaine 50 armuna ijo mu class kushomesa ayiryo naiza kushomesa owayizere kushomesa omwana wo bambingire school fees takabasa concentrating mu class ngo yakora ki yes no mwana inebzu nibyo binkukira kubagamba nti ebizube bitukuyihoma kagitu omwana yamara kuyiza akashanga omushomesa na wamushobire na wayeshobire aha muhertine muntu akuza gukora ki akuza kwachivinga ecyari kwenda. Ekitwa kubasa gukora no basa kwebuza aho ntubasa gukora ki kurebeka ngo twarwanise kinteje. First of all omzire niwe yine kubanza kumanya echoro kwenda umwana wawe tutakashikire wo mushomesa, because omushomesa wena ija korogweye karamare korogweye omwe yashashurwa yakwato muhanda gwe yakora ki yagenda yishuka nakugambire ngo gutiriyo ntugamba ngo yashashurwa yagenda kuri yaba yinebizube murengere nchaje mayisa ngutakuza concentratinga nkayi aha mwana wawe. So this time no kugira ngo abazire ba owning amashomera because twakugerageranisa most government schools omuzire nakujata omwana n'omwana wa government takakimanyaga ngo omwana no woha no weye na hakuza kwemerera kagira ati obo mwana yashoma obati yashoma wengo muntu kikuza kumukwataho. So no tugaruka tukashitamira because I'm happy we as Ibanda district tukashitamisa enchiko nyingi munongo kugira ngo omushomesa twakugambira iwe cyo tarashomera ishomero hati banwe watandika gukora ki kushomesa oba wamara kukicenga because tukatekaho what we call capacity building twayetaba abantu abatiro rutambi because omuntu wano yenda kumanya ngo garikire enyuma nogo bakugira ngo nimanya ubwo nasigara rukumanya busha konka waba mbasa kwemerera ukahereza umutima gwawe gapo bokagohereza maini yawe gapo yo kugira tesha yone nyine kushoma kantu kasiya kajyona kakora ki nekiza abantu abo twabatekamu ekibashemerire kubana bakora ki nabakora tutwakoma twagarika twayetaba abantu abakuru ubukiko bwa PTA na school management because nitumanya ngo n'abantu abakwikankayi aha ground nabo twagarika twabatekame cyo kugira iwe kora keyo ekitwine kubana tukora twantwenda kuchanging education system eyitwine in Ibanda district iyo mshomesa wa nanka iwe chairperson wa PTA stama n'abaziri kutwanda tureba ngo akakanta kuba kweta ngo motivation ko kugira ngo batwayongera mu 10 because me I'm not happy ahabo kuba bamwe tuza kwemerera tuzenka tugire umwana wa government ashemeye kuba nakora ki nashashura ubwo ryo gamba ngo umwana wa government to kwenda shashure agwashtamira mu ntebe na kigamba umwana we yari kampara nashashura za miliyoni zingaye but nayendo wogwa gumari nkahi aryenyuma. So ntumanya ngo out of that motivation kachaka kuba karigire ba motivating abashomesa na knowledge yitu abatiremu ntumanya ngo education system neza kuhinduka kandi no mwana akoreki ahinduke because we are equipping both learners na teachers together with the community kugira ngo at the end of the day twa succeedinga omugol yitaitu abentweni
obare mnonga honarebo karo kurgibanda kanyesije ngo abanyibanda baronu bega kandi naba Uganda yona ko igi program ne ya Uganda yona baronu bega manager bwana Chihembo. Let me put this to you abashomesa nabagira ngo abazire babarekeriro jenanze bwa ngo bo nibashashura fizi aza wena ngo abashomesa bakore buri kimwe and yet abashomesa nabo bine incapabilities ezibi nkabo professionals tubakasa kora buri kimwe in any case nabo nibarakinga some elements of motivation and etc echo no jangu nchikosa kita education system yitu kugira ngo abo kugira bamu ba missing abingi
we baroma recent statement yeshire to some extent konkanta kariya tindira chonga yawe ningira ngo somehow ya tinye muntu kuchira gamba aha government tuyambe but the government itself should have equal distribution of resources especially in those disadvantaged areas. Nareba passionately honorable yanagamba about Ibanda. Policy makers ntuzakore bintu we do copy and paste. Tugenda to adapting ibintu from foreign countries. Twenda kukora copy paste. Takureba why their systems work. One, when you go to Europe, kwe wano Ibanda umwana aine kushomera Ibanda. Are you getting the point? Especially for government institutions. Takuza kwato wawe ngono mwerukana bamuhereza umwanya nkahi bodo abeniyo yakugira ki kushomera. But challenge ho hato mu Uganda ito kandi tujija tugira tribes. Regions are according to what? Tribes. Hato shanga city tribe beri inkombu yinza ninga inakasente abana bayo bakwirukanga nabazanka. So wachikora torashange nkamunywano wanje honorable Todong Richard akuruga kaguru ngonoza kumu restricting ngabana be bagende bashomere nkahi bashomere guru kandi na no mu Uganda kureba ngo pana knowledge tezeki tubakufitingamo. So such issues nkezo nizituma washanga some of the challenges agumasi creeping or muno utisa no muntu konka ngo munyangoro gwajya ngo notoza no bwibiri we ekiriyondete butukumuruma. Are you getting the point? Umwana we is even abroad, is in America, is in China. So murumu mutisaha nebi yaba extended abana bakushomerete bikuza kumuruma munonga konga wano uryo mu rukiko rw'abarisa kandi ni woinende ejo yija passionately noza kureba ngo wagera input. Back to the question ya abashomesa abazire kubarekera abana, it is very true
ko inango bakore buri kimwe,
it is very true, but it's a pity and it's a very big challenge. Honorable yagamba abashomesa lack of motivation ningira ngo okutoa kigambire haha as a teacher Outwantweta ngo is a teacher by calling. You are self-motivated already. Seeing your the child progress or washo mise ngati ogomusigazo wargakutera cruise akusimumshomesawe. It is an incredible thing. So like a teacher otakarebera satisfaction ya sente izibakushashira, you should first look at that. Then back on to the abazire, it is our role. Mwami makana jatu mtebekana sabana ebimukuza kubarekera, but you forget okumwabareka. Nubwo wakumureko oguzire bizimba street aha ko wamureka kubi byona naza kubitunda nagira ki nabimaraho nahendera kubi. Then as for the curriculum, nyowe tinka bire nankan convinced. It's not being convinced. Konka, I'm still waiting for the products,
the results.
Watch it, but where I have a small blame, we're supposed to be having the policies and guidelines.
At the moment,
why would you have this school is adapting to the curriculum and then the other one is refusing? How?
The challenge these schools are saying the teachers and the curriculum is good, conquer resources. Ekindi they are not included in the policy making.
That is very true.
These policies is favoring some people as favoring
maybe to add on that.
As we conclude
the issue of curriculum. There is no school in Uganda. As per the policy, there is no school in Uganda that is not implementing lower secondary school curriculum.
Because it is a policy.
It is a policy. Number two, we have advised this new curriculum treats us and it has got a guideline that you work within the local means. If you are in Kampala and you want to make a project using machines, it is okay, you have machines. But we have another person who is in Kanuni, use the available resources to have the idea out. So we are encouraging them because we have made numerous trainings of different curriculum implementers at different levels. So they are encouraged to use the locally available materials to bring out the idea. Another person can make a cake with the eggs, name them. But the element of baking is also relevant when somebody bakes a pancake. That's the idea.
Robert,
yes.
You have done it as policy makers. Ntwena kwaza kutuchenjure umushomesa mu training nga honorable Karopia yagambire are very happy naza kuzo workshops azemuru hamwe konka are very happy echo cyazabo icya kabiri ko kuza kureba enhancement in payments actually on the ground. I had an interview with with General Secretary Unatu. He has no kind words with the government echino nekora now namubuza. I put this question to him and he always follows this show and very soon ninja kumbaretera habare bita barungi abase kuganira nitwe anshonga stars zimwe konka. He had this to say bakakora bo as Unatu they are in charge of quality education okurwanira dembere y'abashomesa kugira ngo bongera aba arts aba sciences aba arts babareke echo cyo cyonka agize ngo kitware education mu ICU ekyayisire limbo, and at the end of the day government eriho nereba rero to whom it may concern. Government yakube neyamba hati niyo abantu barono tinkumanya. I don't know how these things are done, because government yeko eshimikwa neyamba abantu now hata abantu abantu bobine kuyamba government hata policies ezo za kukorwa hosita and nebintu bintu bingi ebikuletera kugira ngo policies ezo government erikuleta they may not work 100% if they are not fully implemented.
With our political governance in North Africa, for sure nenza kugambira it enriches even to these programs. People disagree because they are not supporting a certain party. But for sure, if I can tell you, even nurses in Europe are paid extremely highly. Even it is a choice now. It is a government's plan to promote sciences and these hotcake courses. Nani mubuza before tukura an accountant, very much respected, banker. Kongati without an IT person, nobashanga bona bemirira accountant doing nothing. Okay, without IT in the hospitals, no one can be operated. So it changes.
Abashomesa manager meanwhile don't tuhendera bantumire. Of course we are the voice. Nito turinka ba member ba parliament abantu batutuma kuba turiyo ko mu research abantu batutuma bondo bagira ngo these policies are very good, but ihanga turukuza kubera only on science. And ICT is coming, but you're not going to use ICT utashomere English. True. Yes, Omana, you're not honorable color yagamba geography. We need to bring the geography of our Uganda here, not the Canadian please. All these ideas zamara personalized to our country, they will work. Onka government is good at planning on the paper, but implementation is not fair. So yes, these things are good, but they need to be balanced.
Ndogo Vincent, before maybe we break, I am sure that the salary enhancement program is an ongoing activity. And as government, I'm not saying that even my salary is bigger than any of a classroom teacher, and I am an inspector of schools. So I want to give hope. I would wish to give hope to these people that the government of Uganda is not sitting. The salary enhancement programs are on. They have prioritized science, yes, but in quotes, it is not. It is prioritizing it, but we all know we cannot live without arts. So the next day is going to, our economies after COVID, after what we have been hit hard, including even ourselves in our homes. So I believe my cry for the cry for those teachers is also a cry for any other art administrator.
Abanyakuru banyamkotera bana obatera bona kuka itweka Sky TV education and patriotism tukuretera mesa
wasaptero re gwabura kwikorya so
itweka Sky TV tukuretera tukutera meza nabwecho government nabukirukwataho ni mu mwine gukora umwuga gwanyu then system kabasa kutambura tutari mu games reka tuzeho kake mu burango ningasho mu short break. As we come back abantu gamba are those areas the core of this amashumiro ngasa kutebekanisa gata abana bago kumakinga sure ngo abana abatebekanisa barabo mu system effectively babasa kugira kibaye gasera ningashe kibaye korora nka kongera itafari umukombe kihanga mu different spheres. Tutagagira umurenge nda kwisi ngo mu studios nabanyine nyine nchine honorable Karo ari tuhagu narigibanda nyine Mr. Chihembo Anthony Bays ogun analyst kanda na manager wa global buses kandi ari mu formal and informal sector nyina itaka tahire Robert oguni education officer guidance and counseling kurgo mu Kazo district kandi ninye Vincent Mujinya bwijwa turya ahantu tukoretera nshongito ntuzukutera meza ebyasigara iwe niwe orwagire kiwayegamu ukimara kwega ukegeso ndijo kandi ukagambiraho nabandi abantu batfollowing mwebare messages turonto zireba niza kuba nishoma izi kusinga aho as we move on mwebare mnonga kuremera har Sky TV education and patriotism the famous education show. Reka tugaruke.
irakari abantu
konga shunze kanibo kirakweshongora totera yo kamwe icyenda ngonywe kabiriti icyenda ngonywe kabiriti wamara kunywa kabiriti nuhurira waba kurungi amagara gona waba kabiriti icyenda ngonywe kabiriti ora kacunchumuro kanywe karakumaliriho kandi karanywebwa buri muntu wena abarenda kusubura karyo maduka no masupermarkets gono mwihanga heresime yazuru mushanu mushanji 5 9 2 anani 5
Yona Peter Zuremo yo mucyaicha gospel music aharyo yatunaga mwatihuro ebiroma 20 byo kwa munano mwako ahari niyo mangura garden zawo muri mbara ashagatirwa beshongozi banywani bebona Lena Price Simon Mirembe Joyce Mugasha by Faith Joram Cement of Florence Geoffrey Bingana Labenti Best Emire Julius Muhoz Julius Soki Sande Rukundo Mera Simwe Nabs Justin Swas Best Dativa Afande Johnson Lilian Nabasa Habert Giti Richman Aral Lady Diana Keti Muchiza Ameria Kanaka Yesu Simanda Justus Kayes Lois Kanyes Jedebura John Singer Freddy Kajimba Michael Mujisha Nora Nankunda Mutaga ya Dennis Medotex Kasara Boy Gankaba Marayo Okutanika na Samson Zihangu Endongoneza kubayatandikire kubaragurika abana bari kuzana abana kutamune kumita n'abakuru mutwaro byayipe mitware 2 emeza neze mitwara 3 kandi nyaburamwe mutasigaye abana ahubwo kuba tubinire byo kuzana byona nka bouncing castles face painting ice cream abana babonererwa ebi byona bishajiro bajudo events bukamane wamanya investments Sure Tunes Amity Realtors Rock Studio Weldon Secondary School Muscat Motel Sonia's Restaurant Promoter Gospel Vibes Favored Evangelistic Ministries Cubs Gotv Tailors HD Events Nobat Events Glory FM Grace Radio Mercy FM kandi byatabekanswa Salvation Ama Music yuwari kwenda kwetungira tiketi bucyari kare terazira mushonje mwende 12 abira mwenda abiri namwe mwana wa mama ataka kufera
mare kwijustya wamanya uti nkozereke hati chukubirete ro kugira mwene yesujiro uti nshimiye kuba ni ati kone ko risaga mani nkakore hati ni kireba kiro because to kwija kushemererwa kitagize iki kitaro kashemererwa kitaro so noja kushemererwa kigize iki so waheza kushemererwa kiroho hati no hor kwija kwijustya kugira kone chikora risaga mani hata mana gakurata honchi korenda echikurata honchi korenda because echo rabota kozire to kwija kutunga manu gecire
ahubwo baromana rwo basa kutunga birahunga bishatu aryo mwano kandi inote ine kiyatunga nangwa nakimwe so obo bwenje wasinga mu class nazaja this time neza kusinga mu class ngarike mbe smart kandi ngarike ngere mutwe mbitware byonshatu
Radio 5 umurembo irakaryaba
Noenda kulinda umubiri gwawe gukaguma guryo gw'umutindo utakafirwa program yitu ya physical fitness buri ko kubanza kuri wa 5 shayi 12 n'icweka z'ubukasheshe ukwikashahera ubu ukora exercises zabura umuringo hamwe nezo murembe kandi ohwera umubiri gwawe okuguma guryahamudini buri rwa mukaga shaha mukaga okusya munanda zihangwe
otaferwa program education and patriotism nanye Vincent Mujinyagwishwa turukuretera abantu ombintu bitari mwe na mwe ebikwatirine nebyo bwegese no kukunda ihanga ryawe nibakwegesa ibyo kubasa kuno mu ihanga ukabasa kubishemererwamo kandi ukafuna ne muri ebyo ruho no shoma ningashebi washomere Sky TV irakari y'abantu
buri rwa kabiri shayi 3 n'icweka kwika 4 n'icweka zo mu kiro otaferwa program omuhinji no murisa aha Sky TV kwega abahinji okega abakugu nangwa tukakopa nari abo bantu ababasize kuraba omu business age bari kutwegesa kimwe 2-3 okutwakubasa kutunga entasya omu byo buhinji no burisa obwe turi kurabera omu mataka gitu make rero tyo tukabasa kutunga entasya nyamurungi obwe program age neza kubone kukiboho nyowe kanwa kagamba Edmond principal farmer omuhinji atarukwata mu itaka
Lunchtime request show aha Sky TV okurugoro kubanza
Sha gatano
shaha munana
shayi 10 z'omwabazi no tukwantuta omudi atamushana
okushaba keshongoro
shaho birthdays no manya oryoko to kumanya muntu wamana wo celebrating na birthday
twinemu obutumwa bwingi aho surprise calls ziri no basa kohereza obutumwa mama wawe tata wawe omwana wawe nenga shi boyfriend wawe nenga shi ex wawe
kurga sha munana kusya shayi 10 z'omwabazi yo
hanuya
aha Sky TV
iraka ry'abantu is the boy king
Adena Cavs baby
bam 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 bam
Sky TV iraka ry'abantu
kurukayo omulebito omulungiyo wa Sky TV webale kuremera program nyamurungi the solution oriented show education and patriotism juniyo yonka by the way program yo yonka mwisho umihanga lyona eri kutakoringa education direct ndukuretera so ncho kureba ngo wikora pona bikirukwataho minister wa education ba prime minister aba social services ncho tukuretera aba inspector aba education officers nkamwami Robert nabandi kugira ngo babimba mangu ntubantu gamba nabo and ntubacencyura ntubacekinga kugira ngo bamba kore mirimo yabo bamanyongu bo benyine nabo bakora byabutakubakwataho bazo aba boss babo babagambire ngo abantu nubagira ngo iki neki bito mu studios nyine honorable ari to hakaro gune no munyibanda nakorra social services na kugira ngo social services ni mwe tukutwara education and health muri Banda district nyine mwami Anthony Gihembo base is part of us is our regular panelist arona tugamba nshonga za formal and informal sector hariyoki natuhira yoki kandi nko mundashomere kandi ashomere munonga ntumureta kugira ngo atuhire biriyo nane mu informal sector hari twine umwami takatahire Robert Kazo district is well represented njyango abarontu batureba ku rwo mu Kazo ntubakunda munonga Kazo tune y'abantu biti munonga binje bakwamba tureba cyo to areto mukurogo abanza tugambere agambe nimwe Sky TV rinira kali y'abantu bitu ndinye ninye Vincent Mujinyagwishwa okusiyo program age kandi mayango program age ne kukibugaho umwami honorable Robert Rukari mwese gwa Rukari Robert eguni member wa parliament abwa abantu ba Mbara City North no ku making sure ngo wateke musente wase kufuna information ingasho basha kushoma mu kirase ta mu rubaho nabagenyi bitatu kubantu kuretera reka ngende direct wa mwami Gihembo mwe kuko kubanoreba education oshomere nebitaho bishomire kimwe formal sector oliyo informal sector oliyo if we are to go direct ni bintu ki nkabire bishatu batakushomeseza mu ishomero umwana wishomero bya kwetenga obabishomero mu ishomero obabiho muri wo babihurikiriza ka Sky TV abireba uruko muri we ningashukurwa mu any other person abase kugira iki yayigasera
wewe barumame Vincent nk'uko twagamba ngo education iriyo mu bika bibiri, informal education hamwe na formal. Of course, different schools curriculum wahura bakindwire konka different stages of education ziba zine syllabus kandi nana students ba taking choices especially after primary. Mutagira ati ninza kutwara sciences ninga arts ko debating aho before the break. Then in the upper choosing a course ninga shi take yakuza kutwara for his career yasharamia ajatinza kuba banka zo business or finance nondija zo IT and stuff like that. But from the other education, of course, there are a lot of things that the schools miss out. They don't actually miss them out, but these are things we're expecting omwana, the other stakeholders, parents, mentors, the churches even should be teaching these people. Of course, omwana yakura shimekuba ine emcho yokutura mbantu. Discipline. Discipline is one thing. Konkar hona nemitwe yokutura mbantu social etiquette. So umanyoti nabuga no muntu nyine kumura musya. Uba nayanda abaho ni mumanya ninga ntakumumanya nyine kumura musya. Then ekindi, it is a respect campaign omuntu kukira. Ito tukakora ntumanya ngo omuntu kukira wena omukazi nabari nyoko omushija nabasho. So he has got powers over you kuragire kintu kandi ukagaruka ukagira ki ukachura. Then ekindi, of course the schools are doing skilling konka hine bintu. Of course, they have been adapted lately in the new curriculum. Konga inebinte bindi ebyo muzira shime kubana ejeso mwana. Of course, curriculum tekuza kanobiye we have adapted tekuza picking abyona. These ones also vary from our origins. Nozakushanga omuntu yanarga churuhura ninga nkore no muhima inente umuzira shime kuba yamwegise no bohero tente no jikamota no jirota then no munyankore no hato tomwe wori umwana w'umushiki. So even na nebyo marriages nabyo nkebyo. So in other words nogira ngo umwana ntana kashime kugihomuka ashime charity begins at home. Of course, that's where education begins. Washanga umwana yakura ukamuhereza ariyo mwana w'umwaka gumuka muhereza amate yamara kwigutakaganaga umushomesa no gwara training ata. I always borrow the slogan of St. Helens, akatirakin kakachira kabisi. There umwana has got all the chances yo ku adaptinga techo kwenda kumuteka. Then ababijana bakura noza kushanga umuntu nayebisa hata abana bakurire omakagaba giga konga bwanye mashona nyuko nabasaku suddenly baraga huninga basakura mu inesente konga zaho no yeyiyota. How do you adapt to the changes that have come suddenly in your life? How do you sell yourself? I used to have a book, but suddenly I lent it to a friend and he lost it. It was how to sell yourself. Noreba ko kubanoza nkombantu, for instance, was home office wahikamu washanga aine office nunji wa mshangaria ta appreciate him. Mwebare mirmo, mwebare this beautiful office, you're looking for a job. Already that is 1-0. You get the point. Good impression. Good impression. Wahikaho wa the jereto kwenda kumanya usibireta yawe, even if you are smart bakubuza engarkami yawe presentation. You have a job. Nino wateresumu. You don't know how even to ask for a job. That's it. Then there is confidence. How confident are you? That is a key factor. Abana Nibarawomo University, he's a graduate. Even on the very day, he's in a center kora na pate yamani takubasa kwa speech. Public speaking skills. Skills tazini. Then in Yongo Muntu, I'm someone behind tourism. By the way, nibaza Sky Munonga in the last concluded Miss Tourism akole uhajizoba tuherize.
Thank you.
Mwebale Munonga konka ndio muntu okunda ebyo muhangwa Munonga washanga no interview ngo mwana nagambira ndio munyankore ndicho mugisha Jacqueline. He does not understand runyankore tokumanya na rumi rwasho kakari yaho. Grandma, how are you? You don't know how even to address such people. So har heavy integrity key in someone's life. Ngo kutugamba ngo buri nyongo munyankore buri mukazi wenda uri mukazi utakumanya kuteka ndubu akubina majesty no wakubura beautiful hotel umkweta natural beauty ya heru. I don't value you
mukazi wenda ashimye kumanya kuteka.
Yes, so some of those things tibishomero sheme kubantu gira ki
tubyegera
wanoza kutunda wazo mukatare. You don't know how to negotiate. You cannot say anything. You cannot negotiate for anything.
Thank you so much, manager. Abakutureba mu studios nyana kwizya ngo nyine umwami Chembo Anthony Bays oguni scholar and an intellectual kandi general manager wa Global nyine Karo aritwa no munyibanda ne no mwami itakatahere Robert oguni education officer in charge of counseling and guidance okurwo muri Kazo district okwana asasira okumukamanya. So turi mu studios ntugamba ahanshonga eza nenkisho amashomere batakushomesa kandi kitwenda ninyenda kuzowa honorable Karo. You are representing a girl child here. As a girl children sometimes nibakana babafuna challenges nyingi Munonga. However ebirebi baba hanikire Munonga azo baba hanuka nijango baina kwanuka konka ekyo okotakagireyo nyenda bazo otugambire yo nogira ngo twaza kubesinga Munonga ha girl child ni bintu ki ebasha kwambasha mu mwishomero ebo batakushoma kandi bakwenda.
Okay, webare bice mbina nagambira nkacho wagamba ngo
wagambira anger
nagambira anger,
controlling anger.
Yes,
and
of course ni yero na stress leadership skills but omurye byo bice ebyabana babishina Munonga ebo batakushomaye omukuru yarga kukigambaho ekikwata kugendana n'amakabituriyo ntuzakora ki ntuzakuzamu kushwerwa. Because it's true ahindu kugambara nka kutwantugamba parents have neglected their duties bazirekera ba teachers in that
ngomuzirekazi kogabazirekera ba teachers.
But these days okwenda kubera amazima bashwenkazi bari nk'abataciro because wenkazi utiriyo ntuza kwakira ntuza kumereta izo bargembaga nani nza gukora ki ninza kwanja just bamuteka ha
kuriye bintu.
Yes, bamutekaho na hati ya ibizero murembe uri akakureba ngo swenkazi yamureba ati yamureba akamucengaje umbagenyi babakureta rgaha akora ki aha yari ngondisha mureta amuteka atogun wishenkazi
ceremonial.
Yes, so oshanga ngo omashomero ko twagenda steka yatekere ebiturashange ommakomo niho kuza kushangira hati twaza kuza countrywide domestic violence zibire ezamana Munonga. Why nyo karonye tuyiriro mutawuni ntuyiro mbyensi kunargaha nibyo bya manager byargaho kugamba omushije yangira tumanyo kuteka ekindi kumanya kuteka na mizigo kunaba yujuko omushije naenda kamera karonje ahiya amara omushije yargaha. Yes, nyenda bwa chips nangwa kitari chips kunaza kubiteka byabiho omushije yarebo kwaranga mbere kwabura ekikumanyisa ngo yaza kuryo mu hotel nanye niho namburiza habwenshi no ryo mu hotel utakurya byanje hato shanga mutwazo mukurwana aha muherwa izoba ushanga ngogo mwana yahendera kozereki abigwiremo. Nyenda kozesa this point ya critical thinking obwiro bwingi tukutwara kugira ngo tutekateke ahanshonga na Munonga aha kinte kiba kweta the outcomes ahabwe kinte cyo wakora ki ekiwaza kuzamu. For example, right now abana babishiki ntuza kwirukanga nitugamba nka hateshahe gitwaza kumara kushoma immediately umwana w'umugisha nakugera at password yo kubanza nyene kwirukanga niza gukora ki niza kushwera omurye cyo yabanza kwebuze bebe nani ngamba obunirukanga kushwera tinga funere mu mutinga kozere ki haza kumara ntargayo ki
hatoshanga kushwerwa na manya.
Yes, to kumanya because omushijo wumfunere mufunira Facebook nanga kuchachita cha Facebook mbire mwine tinkumanya na true colors zogo muntu. So at the end of the day nyomo ndatabasize kubanza kwebuza ori akajangu think twice before you act oba ashaheje kunantabaza kwebuza bite kinaza kuzamu ninchirgamu ebi byacyo nibiha ebirungi nibiha so oshanga ngu omashomero get yes nabatushomesa aha obwire jo pattern babasa obutakora ki obutatwereza that package and amuheru gwizoba oshanga ngu aba bana ba gom trap hatoshanga yagaruka omurubara bakugamba ngu hadai known can to me nindeba ngwejo moto ori akajya ngo it is the moto for foods
kuruna
amanyire ni moto yaba banta bindu kureba bakirye inyuma so nkabire nishaba nti omashomero gitaga giturumu namunonga aha party ya career guidance. These days twaza kugeragera so mashomera ganda gizire baturekire za YouTube baturekera amasimu baturekera za TV kuba nizo zatushomesa
abana tubaci bahabwira ubutekateka
hatoshanga ngu nyowe nk'umuntu ebye binashoma kuri ninkira kubyeta ngo nebya community biyandetereka mpereza aha muherwizoba nibyo naza kugeragera nsanaga noho kuza kweshangira ngo nyowe nkomwishi for example right now Carol kara namara kushoma nyoni wanje yakigambere namno yes nani marize jo point noho kuza kumara kushoma nyowe ndi accountant batobundi accountant tokuza kungamara nguze kuzo mukatare ka central market nze kuguze nyanya why because nkashoma degrees anje nkozereki nzinomuka so noho kuza kweshanjiro kashanga ngu omashomero ko itukubature nani ndetero point ya manager yagamba tinamanyangu ahina arga kachake natandikiraho okugamba kwanje customer care yinyine ebigambo birunje binyine okungugamba nabantu respecting abantu nango yagira ngo ku respectinga elders nyone nkera kugambira abantu ntikara abari no mugwira ararya ha muhanda muhereze respecting ko kwakozereke nko kwa because not ine cyakuza gukora cyakuza kwiha ekikumanyisa ngo aba bantu bacha bakureba mu kantu kace nubo bakuza kutungura mbire bwa nyencyakare ukashanga wafuka ikintu cyamane cyo gukora ki
bari mnonga karo ogo njangwe nshonga mwazi hurira abana babishiki making ashonga mwayike saka mwayeto mwagire micwe mube babayoroba morobe aza nimukwenda ntobirizire karo kuyagamba nshonga ya career guidance na critical thinking narebo mwa education officer witu yayekanga ningashibashisha nkabamushuna so niza tutakagiro kace mbureka tudeni tuzo mu segment eri kushembayo nyenda otugambire imwe ko mkuba mugamba har career guidance critical thinking nugitekamo because nubanyira ngo umuntu arafuteka tekereza munonga nuwo mugiga kusinga arokoreza mani hati echo kumpa mugabo guiding abana aspect ege numugishomesa ninga abana bifonka banahibembo
okay we bari munonga abo kutureba hiroko career guidance these days you cannot do career guidance what integrating the 21st century skills. Among others, critical thinking is among those skills. And critically looking at career choices and what we think are profitable or relevant to the current job market. Ebyo nabyo ntibugamba. Ndukongera kugamba nsongeze ari bintu ebitwanye natugamba okache on what these people are not teaching us or what we are not taught.
Just briefly in 2 minutes.
One of which is that we have not been taught through school that success does not happen in one night.
Takes time.
It takes time. That's why people are frustrated. People are moving with suits and coats while talking to themselves. And because what they think, after passing through this formal education, I should appear a successful man at the end of two years. No! And these things are not taught in schools. They are not taught how to persevere with the situations. They are not taught, in case they have not gotten what they expected as expectations, how to handle. Schools are not teaching us on how to handle our mental health. If I expected to be with a job, with a car, after graduation, with a good wife, who is like this one, honorable, with any person, but I have failed to do that. How am I prepared psychologically
akire kajana twara konkanye na otakagira akazindaro tutakagira cyo short break then tugarike twende program ezo skills bazihenka y'abana bashomere
no for example learning is a continuous process which should be embraced by all people in the community. That's why manager and honorable is talking about community education. Community also contributes to education. A parent also contributes to education. Now, when all stakeholders are not playing their roles, then there is also that missing gap.
Burumuntu,
yes.
The society seems to be a selfish one. Omuzire are busy na ronda senti. Omushomesa to mwamaga mbere business person. Abamwe because there are very few people who are genuine. Noza kubashanga omu very rare places. Hata umwana we no jangu tiyaza kuba ebinyansi enjojibire zamara kurwana.
No,
bintu babishomere nkati.
No.
Because you see the managers here, umwana naza kuko mu office atere kodi atasibire bikaru arishabe arikurebuka kubi tuburemi ngomo graduate to tubaramushomise.
No, but I thank the government for one recruiting responsible people for these things. For example, I'm responsible for guidance and counseling in the whole district. That means I'm there. And each district has it was a policy.
We are trying. Katwe kaza wakache mbureka twamaragarka ntuzakwa ntureba amashomero go ni gakabasa kuguruminga gatabana babo despite all these challenges missing links ni nyingi munonga ngo twatwazigambiro haha amashomero ga training gatabana bago kugira ngo baitebekanise job market y'ebiriyo ni bihaza bakabyetebekanise bata kugira ngo bakayo bata floating reka tuzohoka che omukunyo twizi no burango bwa bakama bitu twamaragarka aza yotargaho ninye Vincent Mujinya bwijuka reka tugarike.
Sky TV irakari abantu.
Yo mshisha kuna kutumeka kwa mode shopping ngajileta njukuza ati wisha wasamaha watu ni wajumana kwa kakata chotinga cheo.
Zasira nakanga hudidali eche kubona bona igomagara ganje ikonyine kuremera ho bamenya boti bizano eche kindi kugamba madamu kankusha bonyongere embogo nenkolera bambigire babazinyabo yongera yoko bucupa embogo extra embogo kumbusha 2 in 1 H2 darasa nibikorwa batendo Bekale Limited kandi bihamibwa ba UNBS ukwenda kushobora teresime yazuru umushanjuro 5 cyenda na mukaga ana na mukaga makumyana yange yazuru umushanjibiri makumyashatu ashatu nishatu ikomenemwe.
Omulebi wa Sky TV otaferwa muzano nyamurungi nibihinduka
oraba nzasibwa
tula wansi bakukomera shumzo babenaki
omuzano ogw'abantunga mu United Actors nugoreka abulirwa kubanza mpaka rwa katano shahi mwene chweka zo mwabazi rero kugarukwamu urwa mukaga shahi 11 ne chweka zo mwabazi
nyuwe ni tweka nyuwe just kugoza hubatikache uri mana nyamana we
okubara emyaka 18 yona Peter Zuremo yo mu kisayi cya gospel music aharyoru yatunaga mwatihuro ebiro 20 byo kwa munano mwako ahari niyo mangura garden zawo muri mbara ashagatirwa beshongozi banywani bebona Lena Price Simon Mirembe Joyce Mugasha by Faith Jora Musimento Florence Jofra Bingana Labenti Best Emire Julius Muhoz Julius Soki Sande Rukundo Mera Simwe Nabs Justin Swas Best Dativa Afande Johnson Lilian Nabasa Habert Giti Richman Aral Lady Diana Keti Muchiza Ameria Kanaka Yesu Simanda Justus Kayes Lois Kanyes Jedebura John Singer Freddy Kajimba Michael Mujisha Nora Nankunda Mutaga ya Dennis Medotex Kasara Boy Gankaba Marayo okutanika na Samson Zihangu endongoneza kubayatandikira kubaragurika abana bari kuzana abana kutamune kumita n'abakuru mutwaro byayipe mitwaro 2 emeza neza mitwaro 3 kandi nyaburamwe mutasiga y'abana habwo kuba tubinire byo kuzana byona nka bouncing castles face painting ice cream abana babonererwa ebi byona bishajiro bajodo events bukamane wamanya investments Sure Tunes Amity Realtors Rock Studio Weldon Secondary School Muscat Motel Sonia's Restaurant Promoter Gospel Vibes, Favored Evangelistic Ministries, Cubs Gotv Expert Tailors, HD Events, Nobat Events, Glory FM, Grace Radio, Mercy FM, kandi byatebekaniswa Salvation Ama Music. Yuwari kwenda kwetungira tiketi bucyari kare. Tera zira mushonje mwende 12 abiri abiri namwe. Mwana wa mama ataka kufera.
Sky TV irakari abantu.
Wewe mnongi we ache kumira Sky TV turiyaho muremo mbara amo program in education and patriotism kandi izina ninye Vincent Mujinya bwijuka mu studios nyina bakuru abantu ba intellectuals nyine umwami Robert Takatahire ugu ni education officer wa Kazo district nyine honorable Arito Akaro ugu ni secretary in charge of social services okurgo muri Banda district kandi nyine umwami Anthony Chihembo base ugu ni analyst kandi ni general manager wa global bus services ariya kutugambira ningasha abagenyi bitubona bari yakutugambira inshonga zitari zimwe na zimwe ezikwatire nebinte batakushomesa mu ishomero abantu ntubakuretera ubase kwega uyu mwana uri mu ishomero nogira ngo mu ishomero noza gumamo no automatically you are moving out of the system. Job market kurinzire kandi mu job market hariyo ki emirumuntu basa kugifunota nebindi umwami Kalisa wewe bari mnonga kura program education and patriotism n'ubutagirgaho abantu banansa nantu bakunda mnonga Kalisa na yango some other things not taught in school could be etiquette twakigambira waha like eating sitting table manners zo nyango no tinkumanya talking respect balancing time Sarongo we bari mnonga then wale kutu watchinga Karo thank you so much for watching again thanks for the very important topic. Yeah, it is indeed important. Nabandi abakusindika messages, thank you so much and mubare kura education and patriotism ejin program nyamurungi azakira kajyanka twara konka ntakagire hare nyenda question njite before our the only lady here Karo omgambo mwegun Kalisa yagamba ha etiquette stable manners primary schools kan tukira kula abana no bashomisa table manners n'abantu bakimanyisa is it how important is it maybe omurebe witu wanzo shedding more right about it umudakikanke mwene chweka then turebe umwana akabasa kwega noma I was actually at hotel Africana tukatu ine dinner haza haro byende be kuba nemyende bageta kizi kuba ryamezaho haza bakusinga tubakubimanya umugasho gwabyo haza oriya akachikwata abandi babitekaho haza tuya weti yayega kubizira rukuria yaskure nyama ebishaju byamwitera and he was among the top people of the day so ningira ngo byasigiro ebyakorasiriho nimino bura kwanta bigambira very good so Karo banzo turabire mu etiquette sabana ezibata kushomesa na mnongezi kwatirine na table manners miziha umuntu uzakuye kugira ngo ayege azabase ubutashwara abantu binyini bashwara ameza bari bakurya
icyo kubanza cyabyona ninza kukiteka kuryanka cyo bamara kugamba na mnonga no basa kubuganga no muntu nabasa kushobera kugira ngo buri kintu cyone kiyashanga hatebaho
akitasi one
naenda kiteka haswani for example it's very common na nabantu abamwe bashoberanya bamwe bakikera kunshobera no shango yakora tray
batakushobera tubarabashomise
yes tubarabatebekanise akwasere tray bwaje kwasere byona super yo nemweshukanke cywaryo no gamba at the end of the day umuntu woyine bitawubya unanga tobyinde umuntu yanabasa kwereza respect of course hat nahura yahwanka
obururu no bwato
oba wabwatera
hata kakozireki
na nyobo nakugambireho ekintu kimwe harihe mwe batakutushomesa amashomero nk'uko kiyagamba bato mu community tukutambure mwe tukakora ki tukabyegeramo for example kara nahikaha naza kweshanga nayishanga ngo harhamiz tinkanywaga miz but nabanza narinda Vincent okuyakomora ki amizuge nimpura ninyenda kweteka meche cyo kugira ngo burizo nizoba ryo kushoma nanahina atambura nyine kintu kinakora ki ekinayigaye but the problem is one ni manya nico nakugire ngo nimanya bakashanga nakora ki
bare mnonga umugabo makagira ngo wabuza no buryo cyfire ningashe full for 5 minutes ukeza uburugamo kandi watabuze iyo full forever no buryo cyfire mpaka so ninyanga abantu ebinde mwe mugume mubuze muzaba barhihi then mubase kwega wami Anthony no tugambiroho reka tuza topic endije eje ya gundi abana bitu tukabatendeka tuta kugira ngo baza kuzo mu job market bashange favorable for them kurugira training bakufuna mu ishomero
we barama Vincent twantugamba aha bintu ebitakushomesebwa in the formal sector halo izi omujunga kweta kata se words please sorry and the like forgive me apologies and all that haza they hold a lot in our lives umuntu nashobya ninga yatakumanya kintu abara kwabuza umuhanda utayentukura araho umuntu akaraturaboke yaturabaho yashanga kanazo muka kandi atakuhamanya yahaba yagaruka yahotoka yajya kuzafutubuza umukikuri yamugambire bigambo nkebyo haza mwene na uti yachitwaraje yagaruka yagenda but all in that if you don't know you ask taro kushwara kokubuza in classes okoshanga have you understood yes tuwayetegereza konka wagamba yes barete exam ekugwa ekyakabiri there is a key word exposure
very important
very important and now this generation is the luckiest generation but I don't want to use a bad word konkani nyamwacha understanding it's something to do with they are a bit reluctant and lousy in most things. You don't have to go to America to know how the Americans behave. We are watching videos. We have Mr. Google anything is there. You get it free of charge. Please research and know. Why kamurmu? Banzo manye no muzumurmu nzi. What are the rules and regulations? Tokajira murmu no shabumurmu. Research about the company. Nwakubuza which is our trending product. Ninga which products should we sell? Tokuzimanya. Hata no ijani mbasa kubuzo nwendo bwa conductor ni kubuza what our fares. You don't know. That means you have not researched about
the company.
Preparations. Preparing for anything, for the world, for the failure, for the balancing of work na namakagawe. Those things you must learn them how you prepare. Time management. Time management. There is something we have skipped on here. Kutugamba about education. We have not learned everything. Kanwa kagamba mulake ngu any course ekwata business over insurance, marketing, finance, accounting, procurement, management I've covered. Konga yino muntu okuza kushanga yija yashoma course emwe. Hata eri yendijo you're going to find those things at workplace. Communication. You understand? Twantugamba etiquette. Etiquette in a phone etiquette. Wakwate sumu noha. Yet you're speaking to a client. You're speaking to your boss. You must know how. Or yombi ntebiku yomba or muno kwate sumu na no muntu ya nanka shisha and stuff like that. To in the internet you're posting from anywhere. You're posting things okumanyangu people view your status. Nebakutwara in a certain way Congo or yaho muno okore binte biri weird ninga family affairs you're posting them to be viewed by everyone. All these things are not taught in school. Konka and bajirangu show me your friends, I tell you who you are. So if you can liaise with good friends and always try to act professional in wherever you are, warrior maker, try to act as a married man. How do you behave? Poor manager, as a manager, how do you behave? You have to adjust from the status quo you're.
Thank you so much. Robert, what do we do? Abana abatuko encouraging in terms of careers, yes, naza kushoma bakugamije mbazikunda, but at the end of the day arwe batakumanya.
I'm happy that whatever profession that is in Uganda, it has got what they call professional code of conduct. The accountants have, these managers also have, as teachers we have, doctors have. So if any successful graduate can go through a professional code of conduct in the line of training, it would be good. And again, we are trying to see how this learner can fit in the current labor market or job market that is there.
Mwami Robert, akira katkwata muka embozi ejebonire konka nienda omurebi wito murungi iwe nka senior teacher and education officer. Omushomesa akakora atakwongera aha byakumanya outside class. Omudachika nkemo necho.
One, we are encouraging teachers first of all to go for further studies, because knowledge is sweet when you pursue it, not just listening about it. Number two, we encourage education stakeholders at whatever level to have that what they call capacity building and have emphasis on skill development in this learner. I am happy from here I will go to officiate on a function of MDD. There is Western MDD competitions around here. How many schools here that in this city that have participated or that have looked at one way of shaping this young learner who is going to communicate because they have speech competitions, who is going to have creative dance, who is going to all that. Out of that we can have many Ugandans fitting in our current job market. But these schools have not, like for example, all privates, you find privates are not in for those kids. And I want to assure Ugandans that are viewing us, education does not mean that after graduating, you'll get that job that you trained for.
Thank you so much. Kire kajanka tutwara ningaho kiganiro cya kibonire kandi byona mwabihurura tinguza kubigarukamu konka eshahezi nyenda kubagambira ngo umuntu oyine kumanya ngo ecyo takumanya boza kandi n'abanywara boyine kufuna ushemeye kubafuna in line with what you think you will become. Utaza kuba kugira ngo noza kuba teacher kandi ukabuza farmer, nunda kuba farmer kandi ukabuza accountant nasa kubata kuzomo umuhingiro ningasho mu musiri okuhinga. Bitwitwe Sky TV ntubagira ngo at least gira enshonga ningashe genderwa aha bwaki ronoza gukora icyo shume gukora kebe kose rono kugishoma gira enshonga abakino kugishoma nyenda kubyutse ngo mu studios nyine ari twakaro ogunuhona lebo wa secretary wa social services omuli Ibanda district local government nyine manager Anthony Chihembo base oguni our panelist kandi our social critique na mnongo mu issues ziri mu formal and informal sector kandi nyine the man itakata Robert oguni in charge of counseling and guidance kurwo mu rukazo kuriyana nabagambira ngo wana asasira. So turonza kwendera program, ladies and gentlemen and lady, kandandike na n'umwami Robert kiganiro cya kiri kirungi konkani yero tuhereze message yawe uri kushembayo abarebitu babase kwega bayega konka babase kwegera kimwe as you give them the take home.
Thank you so much our viewers turukwendera program eji wana tureba umunyengu there is that much you need to learn by yourself, and whether you are in school or outside school there is much that you are supposed to learn, and that you are supposed to learn is a self-initiative thing. It is you. If you don't want to learn, you will not learn. But if you want to learn, you will learn. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much. In charge of career guidance. So, njyangu abire bani mwamufunamo. Mwami Chihembo Anthony. Message ya uri kushembayo. Abakusinga abantu bitu base kwega nko kubatura nibega from your good words tugendo misho tukuruga.
My appeal naye bazire kanyowe, please mureke tubase kumanya emyoga yitu, tukwatire abashomesa omukwegesa abana especially baba ryomuka ninga holidays. Then to my brothers and sisters, the youth, the world is not straight. Noza kuja kuwashoma, but challenges will come. Please always ask. Please try to learn. Try to have manners. Obase kwika ahachokwenda nacho otachikireho. Please try to manage ekiwabwine as you wait for that one ekyokishikaho. Then abashomesa, let us act professionally. Need to shomesa in this. And then to everyone, reka twongere kumanya Ruhanga abokuba ombitukora byona nuwe atkwatireho. Then finally aha ba customer ba group mwena mwebari munonga kandi mugumuze muno mutishira in case ahito akubasa kugwa shot okushoma tukwayo. It is your negative feedbacks that will help us improve.
Thank you so much. Honorable Karo.
Mwebare nabinanyine aha pano today authorities n'abariyomba tureba bona icyo nakubasa kusemba no kugira ngo let's change our mindset. Ntumanya ngo ebyo byona byamara kubaho and we embrace change buri kimwe cyo nankiza kutebekana. Ombitu ashoma omwizoberi otereba nko muntu atwire namanya konka gere cyo wihamu icyakubasa kombekeka yawe cyakubasa kombeka ihanga yawe necyakubasa kuteka map buri yo makatandika kukorondaho kozereki ahori mwebare munonga
gunaho narebo Karo najyango ngo eke amizi nigita nimanya ko kugira ngo uyo nogamanya kurungi ngo gakwita yega basa kwebuza icyo takumanya kibuze nkabage abagenyi bito kubagamba kandi nebikusinga base gukora research yefoho ishomero ndibasobota kufaho umuzire nawe nasob kubaryo umbyeye konka life ne yawe kandi niyo ine kwefaho kwenda kugira ngo bo muntu owo mugasho itwa Sky TV ntubendeze birungi byonka izina nasigara ndi Vincent Mujinya bwijuka mu studios nyenda kubizi yango nabanyine Anthony Chihembo ugo ni our regular panelist nyine itakatahire Robert ugo ni in charge of career guidance mu Rukazo district kandi nyine honorable aritwa Karo oguni secretary for social services okurwo muri ibanda ninja kubona imbareta ya Uganda yo naha tubase kuganira nshonga zitari zimwe na zimwe ito tukushomese egini class tine rubaho obase kwega kandi byo takumanya nabyo obase kubimanya ito ntwena ngo ogire cyo gasera oyombika ihanga urukunde ogire cyo waryongeraho turika kunda ni utarukunziri utakaburuze ngo ihanga rukorire ki urukorire ki what are you doing nebindi byona no gumana oyega Sky TV ine programs nyingi ezrohon zija nabwo icyo targaho nyenda kweba za modern on camera